Kirsty's here. Hello, Reese is here. Gathoni from Midlife Power is here. I found my shoes and socks, so it's all good. How are we, my friends? Aren't we? Welcome in, love. There's Neil, who's Ginger Nuts. Hope you're well. I'm sitting in a slightly different spot this morning. We've had a lot of rain overnight, and that little table out the back of the house where we normally start our Tuesday lives is absolutely drenched. So I'm not sitting there, I'm sitting here. How are you, Bobby? Welcome in, love. Good to see you. You see a bit of the view, a little bit of the view out there. Amanda, welcome in, my friend. We've had a wet couple of days, and we're supposed to be having a wet week as well. Glenn is here. Welcome in, my friend. Welcome in. D-Man is here as well. Excellent. Yeah, sit that way. You can see some autumn colour. I got a stone. Oh, okay. Okay. Well, have fun with that. Kidney kind. Oh no, in that case, it's not going to be fun at all, is it? Oh, I don't envy you that at all. Are you going to have surgery for it, Amanda? Hey, Toyo. Welcome in, my friend. Good to see you. I'm going to have sore arms today because I can't sit at my table because it's wet. I tried wiping it all down. I wonder if it's dried off. But welcome in, my friends. Here in Australia, it is Tuesday morning. Deb! Hello, Deb. Welcome in. It's so good to see you here, my friend. I hope you're well. We don't know. We're going to look at it. Yeah, okay. Have you got long to wait till your appointment, Amanda? It feels weird starting my live out here. It's just all wrong. Is it getting cooler there? Yeah, it is. So I've got my jacket on, my big, thick, dry as a bone jacket, which is like a waterproof jacket that we wear. We, being farmers. And it's cotton, but it's sort of waxed and oiled and waxed. And yes, very stylish. I agree. I do have a like a dry as a bone hat as well, which I do not have on currently. But it's almost like a 1940s pilot's hat, and it's got like the little flaps that go over the ears because it can get very windy up here. Hello, Shaz. Welcome in. Let me just do that so you can all have a look at the view for a moment. So it's looking... Well, look, it's not looking too bad. It's a bit dark. Deb says, I'm all right, thank you. You look beautiful. Thank you, Deb. Thank you very much. So this is my view, Deb. I don't know if Deb's seen the view before, actually, but it is looking very dark. So I don't know how we're going to go with our walk around today. What do you all do for winged aphids? Winged aphids. All right, Amanda needs gardening help. Clearly, she's got winged aphids. Oh, look at those dark clouds. It's wonderful, says Deb. Thank you, Deb. So where I'm standing just at the moment, I'm sort of, that's my lounge room window there. So this here is the view from my front window. D-Man says, ironically, bladder stones. Oh, okay. And Kirsty says rhubarb leaf spray. So Amanda, Kirsty is suggesting rhubarb leaf spray. D-Man, what are we going to do? Says Amanda. Look, a little bit of autumn colour. It's looking nice. Yes, from rhubarb. Hey, Sean, happy Monday to you. It's Tuesday here, but happy Monday to you. And I see the wild huckleberry. That is Sonia and Robbie, where you're in the house as well. Toyo is here. Let us go see if we can find somewhere to sit. I tell you, it's quite chilly. It's quite chilly. Losing some of the leaves on the maple. Oh, wow. It's getting brisk. It's getting brisk. I want to sit there. I'll pull a chair over. I've just got to make sure my phone doesn't get too wet. And I'll hang on to the battery pack. So we'll do that. And then I'll do that. And now, theoretically, is today Susan's birthday celebration. My birthday's tomorrow. And I actually do have another live organised for tomorrow. I wouldn't normally do a live tomorrow. I usually do my lives in Aussie time on Tuesday, every second Thursday and Saturday. Tomorrow is Wednesday. So I'm doing an extra one tomorrow. Maybe even an extra two, but definitely an extra one. So May 6th is my birthday. Let me catch up with the chat. Where's the chat gone? Have I killed it? Aussie time. Michelle is here. Oh, just had a leaf drop on me. Hey, Michelle, welcome in. Welcome in. Gorgeous green. It is. It's looking lovely out there. Now, tell me, how is the wind sounding for you guys? Because it is getting a little bit windy out there. And normally we would sit and have a chat for a while, but I am worried about it raining. So I was thinking maybe we should walk sooner rather than later. But what do you reckon? What do you reckon? Let me just be very careful on the veranda here, because the veranda is very slippery when it's wet. I really need to clean it, scrub all the moss and stuff off. Gorgeous green, gorgeous green. Hot tea time. Cheers. Oh, cheers, Michelle. I hope you're having a lovely tea. What are you having for tea? Oh no, is it already raining? It can't start raining now. Hello, Joy. Joy is here. Amanda is, Kirsty's telling Amanda all about the joys of rhubarb leaves. And Kirsty's busy putting up everyone's links yet again. Thank you, my love. Hello there, Ruby from Rushing Wind. Happy birthday, Susan, says Art Wee. Kendra is here. Hello, my love. Good to see you. Good to see you. It's my birthday tomorrow. But, you know, I celebrate for the entire month of May. So I'm always happy to accept birthday greetings. Thank you. Thank you very much. Even the cows are saying happy birthday to me. Oh, they're all mooing. They're all mooing. Let me turn you around so you can see them. At the moment, I'm losing my voice. At the moment, the cows are up there. You can see some of them. So just on the crest there, there's a couple of black ones over there. They're harder to see. But trust me, they're there. Happy birthday, happy birthday. Thank you, thank you. Chamomile tea. Oh, yes. Very nice. Chamomile tea is very good for headaches. Let me see. Ah, another Deborah is here. Thank you, Deborah. Deborah Helmus, is it? Happy birthday. Thank you very much, Deborah. Deborah Warwick says, I haven't seen rhubarb sold in grocery stores for a long time. I wish they would. I love it. I don't know if you can do it where you live, Deborah Warwick, but at our local supermarket, if there was something that I really, really wanted that they didn't stock, I would be able to order it. So I wonder if that's something you could do, perhaps. It might be worth looking into. Hey, Jason from Okies Eden is here. Hello, 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 hello. Boinkston. Hello, welcome in. Happy early birthday. Thank you. Thank you very much. Lara Riley is here. Happy birthday. Ace is here. Susan, howdy, and all, y'all. Oh, thank you, Deborah. Wow, everyone's saying happy birthday. Thank you so much. French cow calling is the best. Yes, we'll do that a little bit later. I won't call them down yet because theoretically I want to walk. Although, if I call them down here, they won't be up there when we walk later. That's a good theory, isn't it? Shall we call them then? All right. Bonjour, Dot. They're looking. Bonjour, Coco. Allez, la file. Allez, la file. Bonjour, Dot. She's saying, you called me the other day, and then when I got here, you didn't feed me any bread. That's what they're saying. Bonjour, Dot. Bonjour, Coco. Allez, la file. Allez, la file. Oh, here they all come. All right. Here they come. Look at them running. Look, 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 look. Can you hear their hooves? Hey, Dot. Hello, my girls and boys. Hello, hello. They're on the move, says aren't we? They certainly are. Oh, my God, love it, says Michelle. Davey says, well, they're coming fast. They are coming fast. I see we've got a few more people here in the chat. Louis is here. Hello. Louis says, I did change my profile picture to honor this little girl. Oh, no. Oh, that's so sad to hear, but what a lovely thing for you to do. Nicholas, bonjour. Bonjour. Oh, there's Dot. So that's Dot, and that's Coco. So when I go, bonjour, Dot, bonjour, Coco, these are the two I'm talking to. That's right. I said your name, didn't I? I did. I did. Yeah. Oh, that's no good, Louis. I hope they find justice for her. Naughty Panda. Yes, Panda's out there. Panda is that one. Panda hasn't escaped for a little while. Bobby Moses says, I love the cows. Angela is here. Hello, Angela. Hi, Susan. I'm over from driving daily. The cows are so cute. Yeah, they are. They are. Thunderhoof? Where is Thunderhoof, actually? Oh. There, Nicholas. Naughty Thunderhoof. And is Mike here as well? Michael's Adventures. Hey, hello, my love. And is Mike's Adventure Sparks also? Wow. I thought someone was taking Panda. Yeah, it's still supposed to be happening, but they better do it bloody soon, because with all the rain we're having, they won't be able to get a truck up the driveway. The other week we had, when the fencer was here, he actually got his truck stuck in the drive, and it was there for about 8-10 hours. Took a lot of people and, other equipment to free him. And then after that, we had a couple of weeks of rain. Sorry, after that, we had a couple of weeks of dry weather, but now we've had 3 or 4 days of rain. Oh, it's looking very autumnal though, isn't it? Look at it. So the plan is that we've called the cows down early, and that way I can go for a bit of a walk. But I just want, look at this little calf here. It's getting a clean from its mum. That's Thunderhoof. She saw me coming, so she stopped. See here, Thunderhoof, and that must be her calf there, who would be White Thunder. White Thunder was born in... Yes, that's right. White Thunder, I think, was born in January. That's Ernie the bull. But look at them, aren't they cute? So much love. I like the cows. I like the cows too. Michael's Adventures. How are you, Michael? Have you managed to find a new place of residence yet? Hey, Trophy's here. Hello, my dear. How much rain did you get over the last 2 days? All right, so yesterday I got 3.8 mil. And what was the other day where it rained and rained and rained? That was like Sunday, wasn't it? So I think on Sunday we got 54.8 mil. How about you? How did you go? What did you get? What did you get? Love their names. Hey, Brian, welcome in. So we're doing the walk around in a slightly different order. Not that we won't come back to the cows, but it looks like it's going to pour with rain. Mike put a live worm in his mouth. I know. I know. Ugh. Horrifying stuff, let me tell you. 41.6 mil. Okay, that's pretty good. Did it fill your water tanks up, Trophy? All right. I suppose I should feed some chickens, because normally we do feed the chickens first, don't we? So let's go feed some chickens. We'll duck under here. We're ducking under this lovely pin oak, which is starting to get some autumn colour now. 2 are almost full. The 3rd has been overflowing for some time. Yeah, I've got one of my tanks, I think, is full, and then I've got another 2 which are joined to one another, so they're supposed to go up evenly. But I checked them yesterday, and one was a fair bit fuller than the other one. So something's going on there. Look at that. Look at all that autumn colour. That is the Liquid Amber Festival. And it's called Festival because it has lots of colours. Some of the ambers here on the property just go yellow. Some just go orange. This one goes all sorts of incredible colours. There's purples and reds and oranges and yellows, and I think it's my favourite of all the liquid ambers. The season is so full now, Susan. It certainly is. There's the cows. I can hear the cockatoos squawking. I can't tip the camera though, Amanda. I'm still trying to get you some footage of some cockatoos. Every time I hear them, I race out and try and film them, but they're always so high up. Like, they don't sound like they're that high up, but they really are. And being white, they're hard to see. Oh, snow day Thursday, really? Oh, goody, goody. We're going to have a snow day. We're going to have a snow day. That is so exciting. I'm so excited. I hope it happens. We had quite a bit of snow last year. Now we're going into the chicken coop. Oh, now hang on. Before I put the phone down, let me just check and see what. My chat stopped moving. How many acres? I'm just curious. 168. It keeps me busy. They must know we know Susan. Yes, that's right. Frost on the weekend, says Joy, then 83 today. I know the weather's all over the place. Nicholas Grollo says Mike and his worm trick. I know there's so many things that Mike does, and we say to him, you're never going to live this down, you know, but then he finds something else to do. You know, the great toilet video. I had visitors the other day, Mike, and I actually got the video up on TV and showed it to them. Now, I'm going to face you all that way just for a moment because I need 2 hands just to do one little itty-bitty job, and then we'll go in and we shall watch some of the chickens eat. I've got my fermented feed. I am missing some chickens now, though, because a fox came and got half of them the other week. So just give me a moment, my friends. Right. Woo, there you go. Okay. I'm still here. I'm still here. I'll put the battery pack back in my pocket. Oh no, have I lost my beanie? Oh. Oh God, I bet I threw it in the mud in the chicken coop. No, it's not in here either. Okay, so let me move over this side. There we are. Here's some chickens. And while we're watching them eat, we shall catch up on the chat a little bit. His toilet video was so funny, I know. So yeah, Mike, I had visitors over and we were talking about YouTube and I was telling them about you in the toilet video. So I got it up on the television and we all sat and watched it together. It's what you do here on a wet Sunday afternoon in the high country of Victoria, Australia. We sit and watch people driving around and sitting on toilets on the other side of the world. It's a fascinating life. Amanda says, I used to tell my kids they had to lick a worm for good luck. Oh, God, no. Mike said that too, said Nicholas. Amanda says, I love fishing. I would believe it. Yeah, yeah. Kendra says, hearts, thank you for sharing all of our links. Kendra is consume the goodness and hearts is Kirsty. There's all the toilet emojis flying past. And there's some chickens, or what's left of them. I lost Quill. Quill, our beautiful black rooster, is no more. Brad Palmer is here. Hello, Brad. Welcome in, my friend. Yes, my poor roosters are no longer. Now we've got worm emojis as well. Brad says, good to see you, Joy. Brian says, same here, foraging. A good old farm pond is best. Michelle says, consume. I didn't know that, Kendra. Thank you for telling me. Why are you eating a leaf? Don't eat a leaf. You've got food here. So I've got 5 hens left. 2 white ones, 2 of the sort of reddy coloured ones, and 1 silver. And in the spring I'll be getting some more, because 5 incredibly geriatric hens are not going to be able to give us enough eggs at all. We have 32 in the house and 37 likes. Thank you very much for all the likes, everyone. Much appreciated. Thank you very much for being here. It's always enjoyable to have someone with you when you're sort of wandering around and getting things done and just looking. I like the company. I like that you're all here keeping me company. Everyone's saying hello to everyone else. Brad's saying hello to everyone. That's why we like Northwest Montana foraging. Lots of clean water, yes. Oh, look, there's never a good time for a chicken disaster, to be honest, Amanda. But yeah. I mean, because I preserve my eggs, not my eggs, the chicken's eggs, clearly. Hey, Have Fun in Nature is here. Welcome, Tiffany. In spring, when I'm getting a lot of chicken eggs laid, I preserve them. And so in the laundry, I have a container with about 200 eggs that I preserved in the spring. And so I've still got those that I can use. And they're fine for, like baking and cooking and all that sort of thing. Not sure I have heard that one, says Brian. Meet Me in Montana. That song is the best, Brian, says Amanda. So, yeah, Marie Osmond. I remember Marie Osmond. So there they are, my little darlings. Michelle saying hello to Nicholas. Brian says, nice, JB. We are in Kalispell? Yeah, no, Nicholas, absolutely not. No. Too old in any case, but no. Those days are well and truly done, Nicholas Grollo. No more babies. Chicken babies, maybe. We'll get some in the spring. So, it's not raining, and we've had a look at chickens. So, let me get myself, I'll extricate myself from here. Hello, darling. Honestly, this white chicken and the other white chicken, they must be getting, I don't know, 8 years old? Maybe a bit more or a bit less. About 8 years old, we'll say. Yeah, no. No, Nicholas. Maybe puppy time in a few weeks. There were some lovely little puppies born the other week. Well, the other week, it was like 2 weeks ago. Look, they're still there. Now, hopefully, this was the theory. My theory was, because I called them down, that they'll stay there when I walk up the top to show you the view. See, here's the woodshed. It's got some wood in it. Got some red gum over there, mixed species over there. Lots of small stuff here. That's all for the wood stove. Still probably needs some more, but it's a start. Nicholas says, most certainly a happy early birthday to you for tomorrow. I'll be jetting in for the party. Yeah. Yeah, no party. No party. I'm just going to have a quiet day. I'm going to do my live in the morning. I decided I'd do, my friend Dora Explorer 80 talked me into doing an extra live tomorrow for my birthday. So I will be doing that same time tomorrow. Get the gate locked. Beautiful stacking. I know I love stacking wood. It's so much fun. Very therapeutic. Michelle says, whoever would want to leave Susan's farm, they are crazy. Thank you, Michelle. What time, Nicholas Scrollo, says Joy. Trophy says, beautiful stacking, extreme wood stacking, OCD. I appreciate that. Yeah, me too. Very OCD with my wood stacking, so I can understand that. Sometimes neighbours will come up while I'm stacking wood and they'll stand there and talk to me. And then they start trying to help me stacking the wood. I said, please don't, please just put the wood down. Step away from the wood, step away from the wood. I have my technique and I like my technique. And when other people stack wood, it's not the same. It's not the same. So I'm glad someone else can appreciate what I'm going through when I watch other people stack wood, especially when it's my wood too, you know. All right, let's turn the camera around. Hopefully it isn't too windy, because it is a bit windy. Just a helicopter, says Nicholas. Local reviewer is here. That is Clayton. Welcome in, Clayton. Broken J Media is here also. Happy birthday, says local reviewer. Hello. Ginger Nuts channel is, says Kirsty. Ace is here as well. Hello, my love. Not a tractor, says Nicholas. No, not a tractor. It'd take a long time to drive a tractor up from Melbourne, my friend. Let's walk this hill and see if we can actually see the mountains. Amanda says, if you want to impress, show up on a tractor or a horse. Trophy gets it. Trophy gets it. He understands wood stacking OCD. Thank goodness someone else does. I thought it was just me. And it's funny, you know, and the neighbours pop round and I keep stacking wood while they chat, and they start feeling guilty, I suppose. I say, oh, let us help you. Go, no. You want to help me? Just back away. Back away from the wood and everything will be fine. Tiffany says, hello everyone, I'm multitasking and listening. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. Some of the cows have realised I'm walking up this hill. Look at them. They're wondering whether to come with me. You can see some mountains over there in the distance. Kirsty says my mum is like that with her woodpile too. Yeah, and Tiffany's the same. Step away from the wood, we have our system. Yeah. I've stacked for a lady who hollered for stacking it wrong, so I get it, says Amanda. Deborah says, have you had any more problems with wombats? We're moving into that season now, Deborah. As the weather cools and it gets damper, the soil, of course, is softer. Much easier for wombats to dig. I mean, wombats are out all the time, all through the year. Oh no, it's starting to rain. It's starting to rain. We might have to go up to the top hay shed. Or do I go back down? All right, we're going to quicken the pace because my phone has a broken screen. I bought it with a broken screen. It was secondhand. So we'll just walk. All right. So got a bit of coverage under the hedge. But yeah, the wombats tend to do most of their digging sort of around this time. Here you go, Deborah. That is a disused wombat hole. Still quite big. The cows are chasing. They're trying to get out from the rain as well. So you can see where I've been doing my pruning. But we'll go up and sit in the hay shed for a little bit. I think that'll keep us dry. Any kangaroos out here today? I'm not seeing any kangaroos. Oh, hang on. There might be one. Hang on a minute. Moo, moo, moo. There might be a kangaroo just in here. See, the mountains are disappearing under the mist. Moo, moo. Dora found one in Indonesia, says Nicholas. What did she find? Oh my God, what have I done? Okay. Hello, my friends. Hello, my friends. Hey, Larry, welcome in. 167. Holy cow, that's a lot, says Michelle. It certainly is. Wombat is a great word. It is. Deborah says, gosh, that is a big hole. That's not a big hole. That was a small one, Deb. See, when I'm in the chat with you sometimes and I say that wombat holes are so big you could put a body in them, you really can. All right, we're going to go to the hay shed and sit in there for a few minutes and hopefully this rain will pass. At the moment, it's just drizzle. Moo, moo, moo. Let's see how this water tank's doing. Should be full by now. Although this one was fairly low. But no, it'd have to be full. What do you reckon? It's 20,000 litres, this tank. Is it going to be full or not full? Give us your guesses. The cows are not happy. No, they're not. Yeah, Trophy says, yeah, that's only a little one. They make actual mazes under there. more often with a dozen or more entrances. Yeah, that's right. I think they're actually upset because they wanted to follow me in here. Huh. All right. So, 1, 2, 3. It's 2/3 full. So at the moment, it's 4 rungs from the top. So 1, 2, 3. It's about here. Which is surprising. Maybe I need to get up and clean the filter again. I only cleaned it last week before all the rains came. But, you know, if it hasn't rained in a while, a lot of... Indeed, you're quite right. I will tell them. Wow, you're so loud. You're so loud. If it hasn't rained for a while and then it rains, then a lot of the water in the gutters gets flushed through that downpipe, and then it fills up in the filter. The top of the tank, there's a filter, and if the filter is full of leaves, then the water can't get into the tank as well. So maybe that's what happened. I did check it all before the rains last week, but maybe I need to do it again. So for the moment, I think... Oh, there's swallows in here. Hello, darlings. They're saying, what are you doing? What are you doing? All right. Let's sit in here for a few minutes and catch up with the chat. Oh. All right. Have a look at some hay. I'll pull one down. I can sit on it then. All right. And I'll drag it over here. Oh. All right. We're getting there. We're getting organised. So yes, this is the hay shed. It should be stacked up to the ceiling. It's not quite. Oh. And we can just sit here for a few minutes and catch up. Right, let's have a look. Oh, we'll sit this way, I think. All right. Beautiful, Susan. Love your farm. Thank you. Hey, Killer Zombie. My God, you must be so tired. Killer Zombie is in Ireland. And it's, yeah, my God, I was talking to you just a few hours ago and you were tired then. Thank you for staying up and being here. Joy saying not full because of summer drought. Yeah, no, that's right. The cows want to eat. There is still grass outside. Up until just a few days ago, Deb, it was still fairly warm. And so the grass is still growing at the moment. Usually I start feeding them in May, and we are in May now, but for the moment, especially because I don't have a lot of hay, I'm going to try and hold off for as long as I can. So I believe we've got a few days of this weather where it's actually going to feel like winter, and snow apparently coming on Thursday. But after that, I believe we're having another week of warmer weather. So with any luck, the grass will keep growing. And look, maybe I can get away with the minimum of hay. I don't know that I will, but we'll give it our best shot. every year's different. You know, every year's different. You don't know what you're going to get. 3/4, half. Are we talking about the hay shed or the rainwater tank? The rainwater tank is a little over half, so it's 2/3 full. The hay shed is half full. So we're going into autumn and winter with still needing more rain and still needing more hay. Killer Zombies channel. Thank you for putting the links up. Let me catch up. She says, yeah, all the time. Who, me? Yeah. Everyone loves the name Killer Zombie. Hello, Emily. Welcome in, my friend from New York. Welcome in. How are you, my friend? Deborah Warwick says, I'm going to stay up and wait for a meteor shower. Oh, wow. That would be exciting, Deborah. I hope you get to see it. Em is saying, thank you, humble. Everyone's thanking everyone else. Killer Zombie says, oh, okay, so 1:15. Oh, okay. I was thinking it was later than that, but 1:15 is, you know, it's getting there, isn't it? Got another hour or so in me, Susan. Well done, my man. You got this. Hey, did you ever work out what that big bang was that you heard earlier? You said it sounded like a bomb going off. Tell me it wasn't. Did you find out what it was? Because I was hanging to know. Kirsty says, hit the like, almost 50. Oh, yes. Look, if you haven't hit the like yet, please consider doing so. If you're enjoying the live. If you're not enjoying the live, well, then you don't have to. I get it. Not everyone likes everyone else, but if you are enjoying it, please consider it. It would be really helpful. Really helpful. Everyone's saying hello to everyone. Where is the meteor shower? I love those, says Larry. So Larry's asking Deb where the meteor shower is. I know that would be fantastic. I'd love to see one of those. Everyone's saying hello to M Bug, who's Emily. Deborah says it's from Ali's Comet, and we're to look at it toward the east. I don't know if you all can see it, but hopefully you can. Oh, Deb, I hope you get to see it. Larry said she was talking about our goats saying yeah all the time. Ah, okay, yes. Goats can be very talkative, and cows. You can probably hear them. Halley's Comet. Ah, okay. Halley's Comet I've heard of. Local reviewer who's Clayton says, Killer, hello. I have family in Dublin, Ireland. Everyone's here. Hang on. Katie's Kitchen. Hello there, Katie's Kitchen. Welcome in. We're just sheltering in here for a few minutes because it was drizzling. And I think it's probably stopped now. It was a firework, was it? Okay. Killer Zombie says there was a massive firework went off and sent people screaming through the park behind the house. Made me jump. You know, I actually heard that. You were busy talking and I heard it go off in the background. I thought, what the hell is that? It was very loud. I'm not at all surprised that people went screaming through the park. Let's have a look. All right. Everyone's poking people now. Ginger Nuts, who is Neil, says Southern Hemisphere is the best place to see it. Parts of the southern US might see it too. I'm going to look that up and see if I can work out if we're going to see it over here in Australia. I think that would be good. Killer Zombie says, I'm a couple of hours up the road in Belfast. Sitting on hay is a great place to shelter. It is. It is. I like sitting on the hay. Says I, as I show it to you and then realise my camera's still back to front. There we go. Sometimes when it's like higher and it's like all the way up in the rafters, you can swing on the rafters. Of course, I'm not supposed to recommend things like that, and I didn't truly say that out loud, but I did, if you know what I mean. But you can swing off the rafters. It's good fun. Well, I think it stopped a little bit. So let's head back out. Close this gate or else the deer will get in. We don't want the deer getting in. Ugh. And we'll see what else we can see. The cows are all waiting for me. Still a little bit drizzly. It might be hard to see the view anyway with all the drizzle. Look, all the thistles are starting to grow. It's really the wrong time for thistles to be growing. But the weather patterns are all very confusing. How did you enjoy your 2 weeks off, Trophy? Did you have a good break? Did you get any hunting done? Hey, Coffee Mama. Hello, my friend. Welcome in. Amanda says, I've helped work the hayfield. Yeah, it's hard work. Every cut of hay, you get different qualities every time. You never know what you're going to get. No, that's true. This year I had high hopes. It was the best hay harvest I had seen in many a year, in probably at least 3 years. It was so tall and it was thick and lush and green and lots of seeds. I mean, it was really great. And then it got cut. And then because of the fires, it just lay there in the paddock. Oh dear. Well, this could be interesting. Hello, Coco. Yes. Yes. Now, I'm not making eye contact. No eye contact. Because ideally, we want them to stay here. They will try and eat my battery pack. They will try and eat my clothes. We came here to poke, says M. How are you, Coffee Mama? Have you had coffee today in copious quantities? I've had one. Yes, it is. It is mildly suggestive, Amanda. You're quite right. All right, hang on. Clearly, I can't stop there. If I stop there, the cows go, oh my goodness, something's happening. So we'll just walk down here and we'll see how many mountains we can actually see. See, we're getting a little bit of a walk around still. Now, if Deb's still here, and Deb's is still going to be here in like 5 minutes, I'll show you a big wombat hole, or bigger. But first of all, have a look at that view. There are more mountains, but you can't see them for the mist. Emily says that looks cozy. Grab a blanket. I bet you could, Susan. Yes, I've been there, done that. I certainly have. Katie's Kitchen says, I bet Em would like to swing on the rafters. Yeah. Oh, it's good fun. Oh, no, it's starting to rain again. All right, we're going to head for this tree. Hopefully all the cows won't head for the same tree. And we'll just stand under it for a minute. You can see the mountains are starting to disappear. It's not the best day for looking at the views. Although having said that, you know, I do think it's very pretty when the mist is going across the mountains. It's always changing. Always changing. So stand under here. There's the old milk shed. See some autumnal colour. Hopefully it's not overly windy. Such a lovely place you live at, Susan. It is, Killer Zombie. Far more peaceful than where you live, I must say. Clayton says M swinging from the rafters. Emily was saying the cow was saying hello, hello. Yes, they are. Hoot, swing. Trophy says the break was great, thanks. Excellent time with friends and fresh venison. Yes, that's right. I remember you telling me that now. Another cow, says M. The cow didn't say that, guys. Are those some kind of cedar trees? Which ones, Amanda? Like this one I'm standing under? The one I'm standing under is a an oak. Larry says, I have a soft spot for Naughty Panda. Yes, he's certainly a character, Larry. I have done M, yes, but then they like to eat my clothes. They get very excited when you do that, and you know, it's too cold to be getting undressed by a cow in a paddock. It's not pleasant at all. Coffee Mama says, I'm doing good, Susan. Thank you for asking. And yes, 2 cups of coffee. Excellent. I've had 1 cup of coffee. And when I finish this live, I'm going to be absolutely freezing. And we'll have another one. All right, I'm going to scroll to the bottom of the chat because it's getting away from me a lot. Amanda says, they are the best looking cows, I agree, and also I have just never seen that kind before. Oh yes, British white. They're British white. Except for the Jersey. The Jersey is the brown milk cow. And then the big black cow, Coco, is Dot's adult calf. I think Dot's probably around 6 now, and Coco is about 4 years old. And then we've got a couple of others, like Panda and Blaze are both black with a little bit of white markings on their faces. But even though they're mainly black, they are more British white than anything else. There we are. You can see me for a few minutes. So, let me see. I was going to go and show Deborah, if Deborah Warwick is still here, I was going to show her this wombat hole, the bigger wombat hole. Although it's raining again. Hey, what's up, homie? Hi. Sheesh. We got a bit of rain up here, my friend. It's We've been sitting in the hay shed. We sat in the hay shed for a little bit, and that was fun. What's up? High Plains Camper, says M. I'm showing you the mountains while they're still there, because in a few minutes you can see even, is it there. So that hill there is starting to disappear. Hopefully my phone with its broken screen will be okay. So we're going to walk down here. We're going to show Deb, who's probably not in the chat anymore, but we're going to show Deb this really big wombat hole. And then I think I better scoot back up to the veranda and sit under cover again. The sheep are over there in the other paddock. They're looking at me. I can see them. Oh, 31 in the house. Thank you for being here, my friends. It's always lovely to have friends with you when you wander around. I really appreciate the company and the conversation. Because sometimes it can get a bit lonely, I guess, doing things on your own. So it's really lovely to have people here. And you're my people, my friends. We're one nice, big, happy and friendly community. So I love that you're all here and you keep me company. So let's get down to this wombat hole. You're still here, Deborah. See that patch there? Okay, so that's going to be one wombat hole. And then there's another one a little bit further down. I'm glad you're still here, Deborah, because I'm only walking down here in the rain to show it to you. I think most people here have probably seen the wombat holes. How's it looking? All right. There we go, Deborah Warwick. So the top of that hole there is already, so that to there, the top is 1 meter. So the top of the wombat hole is 1 meter down below the surface. And you see that is he. I say he, it may not be a he. But that's it. Holy shamoly, says M. Yeah, they're pretty big. Hey, Real Outdoor Living is here. Welcome in, my friend. Dang, says High Plains Camper, who's Steve. Over in the other paddock there's a bigger one where what they did was they did like a wombat hole there and then one here and one here and one. So there's like 4 in a ring. And it's almost like a swimming pool type space in between them all. And I've been trying to fill it in. It's very hard to fill them in. So we had an old white gum fell about a year ago. And white gum is really poor firewood. Like no good, really crappy wood. See those big trees there? They're white gum. So I've been cutting them into really big rings and putting them in the wombat holes to try and fill it in. But you know, you fill in a wombat hole and overnight they just dig them out again. So now we're going to go look at a bigger one. I know. Are wombats aggressive? Oh, look. Yeah, not really. And wombats are actually nocturnal. So it's fairly rare to see them during the day. If I do have some shorts that I did probably around this time last year actually on my channel, some shorts showing wombats. And I did another little video. It only went for 3 minutes. And the quality of it wasn't the best because I was filming it right on dusk. So it was quite hard to see. But yeah, it was a cute little video, and it's showing a wombat running. But they don't tend to see a lot of people in order to get aggressive, I suppose. See, here's another one, Deb and Em and Steve and everyone else. Look at this. Holy cow. Now that one is, as you can see, that's more than a metre. And it's just like a huge sinkhole. So that's why when the guy was here cutting the hay, I went round, some of you may know, I went round with star pickets or T-posts, and I hammered T-posts in on the top side of every wombat hole, and I hung streamers from them. And that was so that the tractor driver could see where they were in the long grass, because obviously when the grass is like, you know, already a metre or so high, you're not going to see a wombat hole. So I marked them all for him so he knew where they were. Trophy says if you see wombats during the day, they probably have the mange. That sounds like a smart idea. How did it work? Katie's Kitchen says, do you worry about the cows stepping in the holes? Yes. Yes, it is, Deb. Trophy says to Larry, they can be if you startle them or corner them at night, but 99% of them will run off. Yeah. I mean, if you corner a wombat, you know, some people, tourists, like to, what do? Slap the bum of a wombat. And if you corner a wombat, they make some really deep, loud grunting noises. And it's very scary. Like, the sound of them is very scary, and they're solid muscle. Are they like badgers? They're brown in colour. And they're just like a huge beach ball. Imagine a beach ball, but brown and furry and solid muscle. And that's a wombat. Can you eat them? Absolutely not. Well, it's an Australian native too, so it would be illegal. But on the roads, sometimes, quite often, you will see dead wombats along the road where they've been out at night. And of course, up where we are up here, there's no street lights. We're in the mountains. So you're driving along, it's pitch dark, and you hit a wombat. And like when there's roadkill, foxes and wild dogs and all sorts of animals will eat upon the roadkill. And birds of prey, eagles and magpies and all sorts of birds will feast upon the roadkill. You have a dead wombat out there and they won't even bat an eyelid at it, because there's almost no meat to them. When I say that they're a solid ball of muscle, that's not really an exaggeration. It actually is true. They're a solid ball of muscle, and they would have to be in order to dig holes like those holes we just saw up there. So let's see if I can get through here without electrocuting myself on the fence like I do from time to time. Get through here. There's a bit of a view down the driveway. It's a very long driveway. Oh. Now, where's the chain? Get the chain. There we go. Sometimes we go down the driveway, but I'm not sure if we will because of the rain. Real Outdoor Living says, I'm not sure hillbilly, but I want to try one. Now, you asked me that question the other day, Nicholas Scrollo. Yes, I do. We spoke yesterday. He doesn't live near here. But yes, no, I do. Katie's Kitchen said, why would someone slap a wombat? That's very bizarre and very rude. Yeah, I know, it is a bit weird. I suppose different things amuse different people. Now I'm just catching up here. Now Hart says related wombats, Australian marsupials similar to koalas that are herbivores, badgers are placental carnivores, both are nocturnal burrowers with sharp claws. Yes. Michelle says, everyone have a lovely Tuesday. Thank you. You have a lovely Monday, Michelle. Deborah Warwick says, thank you for showing me. That was really interesting. You're most welcome, Deborah. Lovely to have you here. Not that we're going yet. We're going to go for a bit longer. But we're not going to walk down the drive because it's starting to spit rain again. So we're going to go through another gate. My driveway has 3 gates. So you're off, Michelle. You have a lovely evening. Sleep well, Michelle. Have a great day tomorrow. And I very much appreciate you being here. Some more autumnal colour. Katie's Kitchen said I would love a place like that. Oh, wow. Look. Look, look, look. The first red mushroom of the season. M says Susan's view would never get old. And Larry says I can see a new business, wombat garden tilling. And Artwee says mushrooms, yummy. That's right, Trophy, it is. It is, exactly. And there's a few more over here, look. They do like it under the silver birches. There's a little one there. And you see one over there's got broken. Red mushrooms. Oh, look at the colour on that one. Wow. No, I don't either, Katie. And these ones certainly aren't the type of mushrooms you could eat. Oh, really? Don't you have mushrooms like this where you are, Em? Yeah, these are definitely not eating mushrooms. No, I do have a book on identifying fungi. But having said that, I don't trust myself enough to do it. But aren't they pretty? Look at that red colour. Wow. There's another one in there. Where is it? Oh, there. There. That's a no-no mushroom, says Trophy. Yes, it certainly is a no-no mushroom. I think the first one appeared about 5 years or so ago, And after that, every year I get more and more and more of them growing here. I do have friends who come up and come mushroom picking up here. And they're welcome to do that if that's what they want to do. And you know, they've been doing it for years and they're still alive. But no, I don't trust myself to do it. Oh, it's raining, it's raining. All right. All right. I can feel the rain on my head. I can see the rain on my screen, which isn't good because I've got a broken screen. What do? Do I shelter under a tree or just we'll keep going. Cows are running down to see what I'm doing. There's the parrots, Em. The parrots all just flew from this tree into that tree. They're eastern rosellas. Quite a big parrot. Lots of red and blue and green on them. Hey, Granny, welcome in. Oh, hear the kookaburras? They're over there in those trees somewhere. Can you hear them? Can you hear the kookaburras? Hello, Dora. We're looking at cows and listening to kookaburras. Yeah, I'd say they're over in those trees just here, Katie. Everyone is here plus the kookaburras. Yes, I can't see them, but I've certainly been hearing them. Hello, Todd. Welcome in, my friend. Yes, we hear them. And M-Bug says, yes, we hear the birds. And the cows. There's some calves. Todd saw, says M-Bug. Mike says, hello, Todd. Let's keep walking. We'll come up here to the veranda. We're a little bit more undercover. Yeah, I don't mind getting wet, you know, because I can go in and get changed. It's all good. But trying to keep the phone dry is the main thing. Hello, Pickles. There's Dot. Everyone's here, busy eating. Right, let's go up here. Walking, walking, walking. Oh, I can smell the smoke from the chimney. I just wrote my next article for the newspaper. I'll probably send it off this afternoon after the live. And it's oh, it's a rose. It's I was lacking inspiration, so I actually wrote it on a rain day on the homestead, and I was going to send it off yesterday, but then it's not quite sitting well with me. Here's our view from the front of the house. Yes, animal lover. I do indeed. Animal lover is autistic. and she wants everyone to know. So yes, Animal Lover is a beautiful girl. Aren't you, my dear? How are you, my dear? How's life for you over there? Lovely view, says Granny. Oh, the pavers behind the church. Yeah, I've seen them. Did you get one for you and your family? It was a fundraiser. And so people could purchase a paver stone and have their name and dates put on it, and then they were laid behind the church. Look at that beautiful grapevine. Look at that colour. Isn't it amazing? What a view. I'm so blessed. Those birds you just heard crying then, they're black cockatoos. Very slow moving and elegant birds, the black ones. The white cockatoos, not so much. They're loud and fast. And are they doing another run this month? Another run of what, Trophy? Oh, what, with the pavers, you mean? Really? If that's what you're talking about, I'd love to get a paver. I might have to save up and get a paver. I think I should. Getting quick though. Okay. Okay. Yeah, okay. Oh, wow. Yeah, okay. I'm definitely doing it then. I'm starting to see something on my muscadines. It's looking very nice this year. Oh, lovely. That's awesome, Amanda. $30 each. Okay. I'm there. I'm going to do that. I'm going to do that because I didn't do it last time, and then afterwards I sort of regretted that I didn't do it. So if they're doing it again, well, that's pretty exciting. Now let me just... Oh, the chair's wet. No, I was talking about my article that I was writing to go in the paper, but then Trophy is having a alternate conversation about proper pavers which were put down behind an old church not too far from here. Okay, so yes, depending on which one of us you're listening to at any given time, it could be papers or pavers. But no, I'm definitely going to do that. I should probably do a live one day from the sports ground. I did intend to do it, but there's a lot of really interesting history down there, so I'd love to do one from the sports ground. Alrighty. The rain has made my hair even curlier. Kirsty says, at my old job... Oh, hang on. At my old job, I work with children with autism, says Kirsty to Animal Lover. All right, let me scooch in here a bit closer and catch up, because we've got a little bit of catching up to do. But yes, I wrote an article for the paper, which I'll send off this afternoon, and it's all about a rain day on the homestead and what I end up doing on a rain day. And look, I've shown it to my daughter and a couple of people, and they say, oh, it's brilliant. And I look at it and I think, I'm not totally happy with it yet, but I've got to get it off this afternoon. Like, I have to get it off this afternoon. So once I finish this live, I'm going to tweak it and send it off to the paper. And the paper is the Mansfield Courier, so they will run it next week. And then a couple of weeks after that, I'll probably put it up on my Buy Me a Coffee, because I always put my articles up on the Buy Me a Coffee platform, so other people from around the world can read it as well. And it's fantastic, you know, because there's people in in Florida and Yorkshire and Denmark, all over the world are reading these little stories that I write, and I just think that's fantastic. And I've still got grand plans, to have a book, to do a book one day called High Country Homestead or something like that, where, because there's a lot of stories, a lot of fun things that happen up here that don't make the newspaper, of course. Um, Whereas if I put the stories together as a book, I could introduce characters into it more. So when I write stories that go into the newspaper and then ultimately into Buy Me a Coffee, um, I'm not putting people's names and things in there. And I don't share stories that can identify people. Whereas if I was writing a proper book, I probably would introduce characters to the homestead. And like Kevin, who comes up here on a Friday and helps out. So he would probably become sort of like a semi regular character within the book. And my next door neighbor would become a semi regular character within the book. So if I write a book, and I have started it, like I've got a couple of chapters and I've got an idea, but when this book happens, I'm going to be able to introduce more characters, which means I can introduce a lot more stories. So that'll be a lot of fun, and it's on my bucket list. I've got to get this book done. Be very exciting. But in the meantime, it's just the newspapers and Buy Me a Coffee. And I think soon I'm going to get one of the Wangaratta papers, I think, is going to pick up on my stories as well. And that'll be exciting. I don't get paid for them. Rain hair, you look fine, says Emily. Yeah, no, I don't get, thank you, Emily. I don't get paid for them, but I guess I do it for experience. And my writing has improved so much from like what it was, say 3-4 years ago, to what it is now. Like I can really see the progression. And the more you do something, regardless of what it is, whether it's cooking or playing an instrument or writing or languages, the more you do something, the better at it you become. You can hear those black cockatoos. Could you read it to us sometime? Was that directed to me, Kirsty? Hey, Moxie Man! Hello, my friend. Welcome in. I'm glad you caught me this time. I know last time you just missed out, didn't you? I saw the comment about 5 or 10 minutes after the live ended, and you're like, damn. Thank you so much for coming in. Yeah, I have thought about reading the odd story. But I think, Kirsty, you have actually, in Buy Me a Coffee, you can either donate or you can follow. So like if you go into Buy Me a Coffee, you don't have to donate money. It's not, even though you can donate money if you want to, it's not a platform for donations. It's a platform where people can sell things or upload their articles. And for me, it was just a platform to upload my articles. So people can go into Buy Me a Coffee and follow me. And then when I upload the articles, which I do on the 1st and the 15th of each month, it would automatically email to you. And they're not massive. They're like about 800 word articles. So like a 5-minute read, if that. So if you were to follow me on Buy Me a Coffee, it would then email to you. And I think Kirsty is following me on Buy Me a Coffee. Oh, I love reading your articles, says Kirsty. Yeah, thank you. I know Dora gets them as well. Where can we read them, says Amanda. All right, so when I upload a story to Buy Me a Coffee, once it's uploaded, I put the link on my YouTube community page. every fortnight. So for you, it would be, well, I do it on the 1st and the 15th. So that would be the 14th and the 30th or the 31st, depending on where you are. Um, but if you were to go onto my community page on my YouTube channel and you scroll back, you will see that the articles, I always put the link up. And so some people go to that, and then they will, and when you click on it, it automatically takes you across to buy me a coffee. So, and then once you're in buy me a coffee, you can click on follow. So that's nothing that requires money. It's just free. But yeah, so if you were to go into YouTube community page, click on the link, it will take you to my buy me a coffee page, which is also High Country Homestead. It's got the same logo and everything. So it'll take you across, and then you just click on follow, and then you've only got to do that once. And once you've done it, you'll get them forever and ever until you unsubscribe. So, Smiley is my sister, says Animal Lover. Yes, indeed. Oh, thank you, Kirsty. Kirsty's put up a link too. Moxie Man, easy to make an electronic book for Amazon to sell. Yeah, yeah. I don't want to. I like writing, and I like the physical act of writing. Um, and I don't want to do, like, I don't mind an electronic book, but I'm not going to like use AI or anything like that to write my book. Oh, birds and parrots everywhere. Yeah. So I like words, and I like playing with words, and yeah, I love writing. So I would never do an electronic book in that regard. Like, I'm never ever going to use AI for writing. But in terms of electronic books on Amazon to sell, eh, I'll consider that. But I haven't got to that stage in the process yet anyway, Moxie Man. So um, I guess it's something for me to think about further down the track. Animal Lover says, I'm at 982 subscribers, almost to 1K. Oh, that's awesome, Animal Lover. Well done. Gosh, you've done that quickly. I'm so happy for you. That's awesome. Ginger Nuts, who's Neil, says, I will sub to you, Animal Lover. Thank you very much, Neil. Heart says, I use mine to add recipes, etc. for free downloads. Oh, okay. Oh, that's interesting. I hadn't thought to do that. Todd Saw says, how do we find you at Buy Me a Coffee? Oh, yeah, there is, Todd. There is a link also in my YouTube bio. So either you can wait for the post to come up in my community page, or you can click on the bio. Monetize soon, says Moxie Man. Yeah, look, I reckon the way I'm tracking, it's either going to be the last week of May or the first week of June. And that's not full monetization, that's just partial. So 3,000 hours. And that would be fantastic, because at least, you know, you can get a few super chats and put some badges out there. And the badges are going to be really exciting. I've already worked out what I'm going to have. And yeah, I'm really excited about the badges. So that'll be something. I won't tell you, although I've probably mentioned it in other lives, but yeah, the badges are going to be great fun. Moxie Man says, oh, the pics are upside down. Oh, in Buy Me a Coffee. The thing is, when I upload them, they are actually the right way. And when you click on the article in Buy Me a Coffee to read it, it's also the right way. But for some reason, and it's not a me problem, it's a them problem. And they know about it. It's been doing it for a few months. But with Buy Me a Coffee, once you have uploaded the photo, you can't change it. I can add another photo, which I would upload the right way, but then it might end up uploading upside down. And then what would happen is people would have to scroll down through two photos instead of one photo before they get to my article. So you can't delete one and replace it with another. They just keep adding them. So it's a little bit clunky in that regard, but you get the idea. You get the idea. M says, I have to roll out, Susan. Thank you so much, Emily, for being here. I really appreciate that. It was nice seeing you, says M. Ace is saying goodbye to M. Everyone's saying goodbye to M. It's been so wonderful to have M here. I've written a children's book. It's not published yet. I've got to get when you submit a children's book to a publisher, you have to have diagrams with it. And I need to have, so I've written the book, and it's mainly about a cat. And of course, it's on a homestead, isn't it? So it's based around one of our cats here called Pepper, who is a black cat. And it's about Pepper's adventures on the farm. So I've written it, and in my head, I've got all the ideas for the diagrams, but I am not an artist in that regard. I can bake, and I can cook, and I can write stories. What I can't do is draw. My daughter can draw, and I think she's a very good drawer. I think she's an amazing artist, but she doesn't want to touch it with a barge pole because she's embarrassed, and she doesn't think her drawings are very good. And I said, look, they just have to, at this point, just to submit a story to an editor, a children's book to an editor, you need to have oh God, I've lost the ability of speech. Conceptual drawings. So they don't have to be the drawings that they're going to ultimately use in the book. It's just to give the editor or the person reading it a bit of an idea of the visuals. So I need to do conceptual drawings. And then once I've got them done, I can send this children's book off and get it published. And that would be exciting. So, yes, all about the adventures of Pepper the cat on the farm. And of course, there's going to be Dot the cow and Burrow the sheep, and we're going to have all the chickens, and they're all in it. And yeah, just something I whipped together. I actually started it like 8 years ago, and then I put it away and forgot about it, and I rediscovered it about 6 months ago, and had a play with it one rainy weekend, and I'm really happy with the story now. I've just got to get the drawings done and get it out there. Animal Lover says, thank you everyone for subscribing to my channel. You are so welcome, Animal Lover. Everyone will love you, and we're all here to help you. 60, says Ace. Oh, yes. We got 60 likes. That's awesome. That is awesome. Thank you so much, everyone. I do appreciate that. Tweet, tweet. That's one of the parrots. That is an eastern rosella, you can hear. Let's go sit at the front. We'll have a look at our view. I'll be very careful on the veranda because, like I said, it's wet and it's incredibly slippery. So I'm walking very slowly. Very, very slowly. So I'm here now. Just scrape my feet on the dry bit. Yeah, I'm trying to show you the view, and I've got the camera the wrong way. So it's my crepe myrtle there. All the leaves have gone off the crepe myrtle now. Never did flower. The flower buds are still there. They never opened. And I don't know if they will now. Here's our view. I can smell the smoke from the wood stove inside, swirling up. It's a nice smell, the smell of a fire in autumn and winter. There's a kookaburra laughing at me. It sounds close. I can't see it though. I'd say it's in one of these driveway trees just here. There's our view. There's some cows down there. Where's this kookaburra? I do not know where it's gone. A question. Do I get much snow there? Yeah, we can do. I have been very slack with my long form videos these last couple of months. We were just so busy. And I just haven't had a lot of time for editing. But if you were to look, like to go back through my channel into last year's stuff, last winter, I've got quite a few snow videos. And the great thing about these paddocks, because they're sloping, my daughter and I, we get the toboggan out and we toboggan down the paddocks. Orange roses. I know, I do love orange roses. I love autumn colours. Autumn colours are my favourite colours. The different shades of golds and reds, and I think I prefer orange roses and yellow roses to red roses. I mean, I love all flowers. I do, but autumnal coloured flowers are the best. Should be a good snow Thursday. I cannot wait. That's when I usually do my garden live, if I do one, because I only do the garden lives at the moment every second Thursday. So I won't be doing much gardening if it's snowing. Oh, but won't it be exciting? Please keep it up with my channel, please. Yes. All right, my love. We can do that. Orange roses taste pretty good. Do they? All right, let us turn around. I can hear all the birds tweeting. I'll turn you around. Now, hopefully, I will take my battery pack out of my pocket. There we go. Hello, my friends. Tweet, 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 tweet. Got to use a big battery pack when you're doing your lives. So if I put you... No, that doesn't really work. We'll find a spot where I can sit you all. Maybe there. Does that work? Does that work? In my big dry as a bone jacket. Let me show you what it looks like. So yes, this is my dry as a bone. It's got lots and lots of pockets. It's got pockets here and pockets up here and pockets there, and inside it's got a whole heap of other pockets. It's got more pockets here and more pockets there, and then there's pockets inside down here. That's the great thing about dry as a bones. Not only do they keep you dry and warm, they have a lot of pockets, which is awesome. It's lovely to have a lot of pockets. So I reckon we've had a bit of a wander. Did you enjoy the wander? That's the thing. Did you enjoy being here? Have you had fun today? Katie's Kitchen says, I used to nibble the rose petals when I was a kid. Trophy says, I need to dry as a bone. Yeah, you do. Fantastic things. They really are. Ace says birthday live in 22 hours. Oh, yeah, that's right. Huh, yeah, I'd already forgotten. Yeah, so tomorrow's my birthday, and because it's my birthday, I've decided to do an extra live tomorrow because my friend Dora Explorer 80 talked me into it. Um, Mess that bit up a bit, lol. Nah, nah. It's all right. We all knew what you meant. So yes, I'm doing a live tomorrow for my birthday, and so same time tomorrow, basically. And I guess I don't know what the plan is because usually my lives tend to have a little bit of a theme, you know. So like this live, which is my Tuesday, your Monday, is all about walking around the farm and looking at the view and looking at the cows and the chickens and the sheep and trying not to get wet. And then Thursday, every second Thursday is sort of like an in the garden live. And as that progresses, that's going to get really good, I think, because we're going to be creating a big brand new space from scratch. And like last week, the week before, the fences went up, and in the next couple of weeks, we're going to be putting in some veggie patches within that space and actually starting to plant things out. And then my Saturday lives are in the kitchen, and we usually sit there and make soup or cook cakes or do biscuits in the wood stove quite often too, which is something a little bit different for some of you. So, what's tomorrow going to be about? No idea. Me, I guess. I don't know how long it will go or what I'm going to do. I think I'm just going to wing it and see what happens. Pats, says Ace. It's going to be about Pats. Yeah, so it's my birthday tomorrow. Huh. After the live, I'm going to make myself a cake. Pat's Pat's Kitchen Channel, says Kirsty. Hello, Pat's Kitchen Channel. Hello, how are you, my dear? Good to see you. Now I know why everyone was saying Pat. Happy birthday, says Katie's Kitchen. Thank you, thank you. But it's not today yet, not quite. It's tomorrow. I'm still in my 50s, thank goodness. Not that there's anything wrong with getting into your 60s. Age, as I always say, age is a privilege. And not everyone gets to be that lucky, you know. So happy birthday, happy birthday. Happy birthday, Eve, hun. Thank you, Pat. Thank you very much. Trophy says, I was thinking a tour of the Tullumbuk school site would be awesome. I very much doubt there would be reception there. And I think it's meant to pour with rain tomorrow too. So we'll see. I'll wing it. I'll wing it. I can do that. While you look like you're only 30, Mike's Adventure Sparks, I love you. Thank you so much, my dear. I feel only 30 on the inside. Yeah. And I mean, it's like that for all of us, isn't it? We're all getting older, but inside, we don't feel like we are. We still feel like we've got lots of energy to do things and lots of strength to do things. And it is easy to forget yourself sometimes and do something and think, oh, maybe you shouldn't have done that. What have we got? Oh, we've got a few more things here in the chat. 62 likes. Thank you, my friends. I do appreciate that very much. And I'm very much looking forward to the snow on Thursday. I'm so glad. There have been a few years where it's actually snowed on my birthday, and that is like so exciting. It's like the most exciting thing that can happen for me is to have snow on my birthday. I think that's just awesome. And it's so magical. I love it when it first starts. It just looks so wonderful. It looks wonderful afterwards too. And I think we've got a full moon coming up soon. Have you ever seen, any of you, what it looks like when there's snow on the same night as a full moon. Many of you in the northern hemisphere have probably seen that, but oh, absolutely beautiful, beautiful to have a full moon when it's snowing. I haven't seen it that many times myself, but I've seen it enough to know that it's amazing. It's just amazing. So let me have a look. You might wake up to snow Thursday. It's meant to start from 4 a.m. That would be great. Katie's Kitchen. Oh, you're in Texas. I love your lives and your place, Susan. Happy birthday. Thank you, Amanda. Thank you, thank you. Nah, that's right, Trophy. No reception up there whatsoever. Well, you know, my friends, I think the time has almost come for us to start winding down the live. We've been at it a little while, and my nose is getting cold. And when my nose gets cold, I start sort of, you know, it's not a good look. It doesn't sound all that great either, I'll be honest. Trophy says technically it will be my birthday for people in the USA on Thursday morning. So I get to celebrate it 3 times then, really. I'm celebrating it now, and then I get to celebrate it tomorrow and Wednesday, and then I get to celebrate it again on Thursday for the people in the Northern Hemisphere. I just get to keep partying. I'm going to make myself a cake. It's going to be a vanilla pound cake, and I'm going to use my absolute favorite bundt tin. And then I'm going to light the fire and put my feet up and have a Bailey's and probably read. And I think that would be very pleasant, even more so if it snows a day early. That would be awesome, wouldn't it? Just imagine. But let's turn you around so you can see the view. There we go, back into the view. You can see those clouds are coming back over. Whoops. And clouds are coming back over. It's getting very dark. It's getting very dark. That would be fun. Hat trick, says Trophy. It would be. Do I do a story time live? No, I don't. I don't. I have considered it. I did sort of put it out there once, and you see, with the articles, all right, sometimes they are a little bit serious. Like when they were trying to impose a new levy onto people's land rates or land taxes for the firefighters. There was a lot of debate and a lot of protests around that levy that was imposed, not because people in the country were opposed to paying money towards the firefighters, but it was more because the money was going to be going more towards the city firefighters. So people were concerned that the money would not be directed to the areas that concerned them the most. So there was a lot of grief about that, and I wrote a big article about that. And I've done one about wild dog attacks and things like that. So they're not always stories, but sometimes they are. It's just about whatever happens to be going on the homestead in a particular month, and I'll sort of pick 1 or 2 ideas and I'll write them. So maybe what I should do is every so often just pick one of the funnier ones and read them. Trophy says, can you hear cars from your house on the windies? I'll honk now. No, I can't, Trophy. If the wind is blowing in the right direction, I can sometimes hear motorbikes in the summer. And I say in the summer because the roads are too slippery. Most of the motorbikes don't like driving through the windies in the cooler, wetter months because there's too many motorbike accidents. I would be upset about that too, says Katie's Kitchen. Yeah. But yeah, so the next one that'll hit the papers next week was on, just a rain day. What do you do on a rain day on the homestead? And I sort of said, well, I darn socks, bake bread, eat lots of biscuits, drink lots of coffee, check that the filters in the rainwater tanks are draining properly. So, yeah, bit of a funny one. Pietro of Barbaria says, we have local volunteer firefighters councils. We have no right to mandate a donation. Ah, okay. And welcome in, Pietro. Lovely to meet you. My name's Susan, and it is Tuesday morning here in Victoria, Australia, in the Alpine region. And Trophy here tells me it's going to snow on Thursday. You have a story in the courier too. Yeah, no, I've been doing that for a couple of years, Trophy. I write for the Mansfield Courier as well. I've been doing the Ptolemy Times for 4 years, I think it is now. And then the Mansfield Courier I started about 2 years ago. And look, sometimes it is sort of the same story, but then the Ptolemy Times is only a monthly publication, whereas the Mansfield Courier, I write more frequently. So the Mansfield Courier gets more stories than what the Ptolemy Times gets. And also with the Ptolemy Times, I have like a 480 word limit, whereas the Mansfield Courier, I'm sort of hitting articles around the 780 to 820 word thing. So sometimes I might do a story which I think is particularly funny and or important, and I will write the big version for Mansfield Courier, and then I will do a scaled down version of it for the Ptolemy Times, or I will do one that is for the Ptolemy Times, which is 480 words, and then a week or two later, and I'll think, that was a really good article. I might rewrite it. And in the Mansfield Courier versions, even if it's the same story, I can put a lot more depth into the story if it's going into the Courier, because I can basically double my word count. So I can put more detail and add more color and more humor and all that sort of thing. And the other great thing about the Mansfield Courier is that they basically won't print a story if I don't have a photograph. So I get to do photos as well. So if I'm writing about, the fire levy, then I included a photo of a fire truck parked in my driveway. If I'm writing about a snow day, I can upload. When I send my story off to the Mansfield Courier, I will send a photo from the property here, and it will show all the mountains in snow and something like that. If I'm writing about Ernie the Bull, then the Courier will get a photo of Ernie the Bull. So no photo, they won't print it. That's the prerequisite. So I can go into a lot more depth, and I can print more often and include photographs. So my next story will come out next week into the Courier. I'm only doing them fortnightly because they don't pay me. They're more than happy for me to do them weekly. Like they've told me if I want to do a weekly story, they're happy to print a weekly story, but they do take a while to write. And when you're not getting paid for them, it's a lot of time out of my week to do a story every week for a publication that doesn't pay me for it. But I do it for the experience, and I do it for the exposure, and I do it because I love writing, but I've only got so much time, you know. Oh, Marichub, hello, my love. Hello, hello. Yes, yes, people are saying happy birthday to me. My birthday's actually tomorrow, Marichub, and I am going to do an extra live tomorrow, which I wouldn't normally do on a Wednesday just because it's my birthday. But thank you so much. I appreciate that. I think Ace has put up the link to my birthday live. Katie says takes notes. Victoria has lovely mountains. And this isn't the best mountain view. Oh, says I as I turn you around and show you my face. That's not the best mountain view. I've got better views on other parts of the property, but they take a bit more hiking to get to. We can hear the roof cracking. The sun's come out briefly. Wow, it's getting very dark out there though, isn't it? Look how dark it's getting. How are you? Anyway, Mary Chubb, are you doing well? Trophy says, got to make that coin. They should be paying you something at least. And that's the other reason why I'm quite happy to put them on Buy Me a Coffee, Trophy, because sometimes, like I said, people can go onto my Buy Me a Coffee platform and they can follow me. But there is also a button where people, if they want to, can donate. And sometimes people do. And it's like, it's a fantastic feeling when you've written a story. And like there was one I did last year about autumn arriving on the homestead. And I had someone write to me and he said, and this man, he said he was in his late 50s, early 60s. And he said his entire life, he had hated autumn, didn't like it at all whatsoever. And he said he read my story on the arrival of autumn coming to the homestead. And he said he could like hear the leaves crunching underfoot and smell the dew and see the colors. And he said it was so descriptive and so wonderful. And he donated me $50. And he said, I will never hate autumn again. He said, you have completely changed my mind on autumn. And I mean, wow, that was just so incredible. That was so incredible, like to get that sort of feedback, you know. That was amazing. And yeah, and he liked it so much that he donated. So I don't have a problem popping the stories across onto Buy Me a Coffee because sometimes I might get $5 or $10, you know, and that's great. And that's something, you know, but really I do it for the experience. Marichub says it's very hot where she is. Well, that's not good. Super hot here, but I'm using a solar fan. That's awesome. I'm glad you've got a solar fan. Well, my friends, I think the time has come for me to end this live. Let me turn you around so I can see you all. There we go. I can see you now. So, where do I begin? It's such a long sign off. Let me start with Kirsty. Kirsty from Heart's Humble Homestead, thank you so much for being here and spending all this time. It must be like 3:30 a.m. for you. And look, I appreciate it so much that you come in and spend all this time hanging around with me and wandering around and putting up everyone's links. You put up everyone's links and you give them information about making spray out of rhubarb, you know, and you have an amazing channel. And if anyone wants to see Kirsty making golden syrup, head over to her channel and have a look. Heart's Humble Homestead. She just uploaded it about 8 or 9 hours ago. Great video. Mike's Adventure Sparks says thank you. Everyone's saying thank you. 2:36. Well, it's not 3:30. It's late enough, Kirsty. Ace, of course, we have the wondrous Ace. Thank you also, Ace, for being here. putting up everyone's links like you do. Everyone appreciates you. Everyone appreciates Kirsty. Without you two being here, our lives would be less exciting. So you help make the lives the exciting place that they are by your input for both of you. So I really appreciate it. I would like to thank everyone for being here and for making this past 2 hours so much fun. Oh, much love, says Ace. Oh, and I'm getting kisses from Kirsty. Thank you, my love. But yeah, this last two hours here with you all on the homestead has been awesome. I've enjoyed showing you the hay shed and the cows and the chickens and the sheep and the view. We got to see some of the view. Oh, Pat's Kitchen says you're so welcome, hun. Yeah, it's much more fun being able to share time with one another. And like you've all become like my family, you know? And it's nice. I like to be able to spend time with you all. And I really appreciate that you all take time out of your day and for many of you, your evenings and overnights to spend time with me. I'm just so grateful for that. Mike says, tell your daughter hello too. I will, Mike. I will tell her hello from you. Thank you very much. I told her last week also. So I guess the only thing left to say now is if you're in Australia, like Trophy and Shaz and Nicholas Grollo and Dora, if you're all still here, and anyone else, Natasha, if you're all here still, I hope you have a wonderful day today. Stay warm, stay dry. Have a wonderful evening and a wonderful tomorrow. And for those of you in the northern hemisphere, did I just get my hemispheres muddled up? Who knows? You know what I mean. For those of you in the northern hemisphere where it's getting very late and you should all be turning in for bed sometime soon, I hope you sleep well. Have a restful night's sleep and wake up all refreshed and happy tomorrow, and that you have a wonderful day tomorrow and a wonderful week, and that you all stay safe. Enjoy the day, Susan, and look forward to the tomorrows. Mike says bedtime. Sharon says enjoy the night, the day. Everyone, thank you so much for being here. I really, really appreciate each and every one of you so much. Just making sure I haven't missed anything super important. And I'll see you all again soon, my friends. I love you all. And I guess we'll see you tomorrow. We'll get to do this all again tomorrow for my birthday. So we'll see you all then. Thank you so much. You take care. Bye-bye.